episode of the GODSUccess Teach and Pray. Today's topic is leaders and leadership. Our Bible verse is Philippians 3:13. My interpretation is leadership is so important. The ability of a leader to plan for the future is paramount. How do you see where you are going, looking backwards, when you must be able to see ahead to reach your goals? Continue to look forward regardless of your fears. What do you have to look forward to? This is yours truly, MC and engineer, His Excellency Dakar, Director of Operations at GODSU and CEO of Dakar Marketing Tools, an international graphic and printing company providing you with all your marketing needs to help you and your company grow. Our popular products are GODSU African American Bibles, magazines, banners, flyers, branded golf shirts, branded jackets, and business cards. Without any further ado, our leader of the week, our Dean, Reverend Dr. Leo Pickett, Chaplain. Please take us away.
I can hear my Savior calling. I can hear my Savior calling. I can hear my Savior calling. Take thy cross and follow me. Where he leads me, I will follow. Where he leads me, I will follow. Where he leads me, I will follow. I go with him all the way. Father, we just thank you for another day with GODSU Teach and Pray, that the words of my mouth and the music of my mouth be acceptable in your sight. Thank you. What is a leader? Well, perhaps we should say what leaders are not. Leaders are not managers. It's important that there's a distinction between the managers and the leaders. It's understood that there are many situations where managers have been mistaken for leaders and placed in positions which they are unable to function and perform, thus frustrating the organization and its objectives. This difference can be expressed in the saying there are four types of people in the world. Those who watch things happen, those who let things happen, those who ask what happened, and those who make things happen. Leaders are those who make things happen. Managers in the other groups. Leaders are those who master the context. Managers are those who surrender to it. All leaders were managers on their way to leadership. It is the natural path of progression. However, not all managers become leaders. Good leaders employ others. Becoming a leader isn't easy, but learning to lead is a lot easier than you think. And you think it is because God created you with the capacity to lead. You were born to lead, but you must become a leader. Just as one may be born a male, but must become a man. The leader guides by influence, or he directs by going before or along with. There's an old proverb that says, he who thinketh he leadeth and hath no one following him is only taking a walk. Let's look at some of the commonalities or ingredients of leaders. Number one, they have purpose, a clear guiding vision of persistence and perseverance, strong sense of destiny and significance. In Scripture, Jesus Christ and Paul had this. Jesus stated, "For this cause, purpose came I into the world." Paul declared, "But this one thing I do." Number two, passion. Jesus said, "My food is to do the will of my Father." Number three, integrity. A leader strives to discover his full potential. Strong spiritual commitment in life. A leader learns to be dedicated, observant, and capable of working with others. Number four, trust. Trust must be earned. Trustworthiness is a product of character and competence. To become an effective leader, you must earn the trust and confidence of others. Five, curiosity. The leader must be willing to take risks, step out in faith, try new things, and challenge convention. The leader also learns from failure. And as I conclude today, leaders are readers. I am Dr. Leo Pickett, Chaplain and Dean of Global Obey Seminary and University, and founder of LP Community Foundation, serving seniors through music therapy and health and nutrition. Co-host, take it away.
Well, I have a perfect leader. The key word is perfect. He is perfect. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Could you imagine that? If this leader that I say is my perfect leader does all of this, I can't help but continue to press forward to know that I'm going in the right direction. Jesus is my leader. Oh, yes, and I'm proud to say that. Oh, yes, he is. I'm Reverend Dr. Emily Wilkinson, Chaplain, Ordained Minister, Dean of Global Obey Seminary and University. I also own a business. It's fashion focused. We focus on women's apparel and accessories. Thank you.
God wants us to trust him instead of worry, no matter what our future looks like. Our verse to Brethren, I do not count myself to have apprehended, but one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forward to those things which are ahead. Philippians 3:13. Trusting God is a process, not a one-time event. It's the ongoing journey called life. It's a cycle we repeat daily, hourly, sometimes even minute to minute, that leads to consistent growth. We overcome, get peace, but then get hit with another unexpected blow. But each time, we as servant leaders grow through the life cycle. We grow stronger and more mature. Yesterday is gone. Today is our present. I'm Dr. Cecilia Smith, chosen to be the founder and CEO of Strong Sisters of Strength Ministries Incorporated. I am truly honored to serve as a chaplain and assistant dean at Global Obey Seminary and University. Today, I choose to continue to be a servant leader for God. Thank you.
The complacent Christian does not have an urgency to be about his Father's business. And the proud believer has an alternative agenda. Yet by those that are lukewarm seem indifferent to their spiritual growth. But the child of God who seeks to lift up the Lord Jesus and to glorify his name is eager of the task ahead, and we set our eye on the final goal. See, when you have your eye on the prize, you don't rest on your wins and what you have achieved in the past. No, you continue to put your body under subjection. You continue to value your time. You're using your gifts and talents, and you're fine-tuning your actions and attitudes, all to the glory of God. So this morning, my brother, my sister, I challenge you to come along with me, and let's keep our eye on the goal. Let's run the race. Run this race through any and all pitfalls and problems as we continue to trust the Lord with all of our heart and understand that God's grace is sufficient for all of our needs. And we will choose to continue to press on to the finish line and complete every task and assignment that the Lord has given us to do. I am Reverend Dr. Vicki Stokes, the Dean and Chaplain here at Global Overday Seminary University, and I'm also the founder Sister to Sister Gathering, a discipleship, coaching, and mentoring program for women. Thank you.
Challenges of leadership. At my previous church, I was an internal leader of the children's church ministry. I felt God led me to implement a ministry prayer session for our group, to pray for the ministry and to pray for the church. The prayer session would occur one day a month for 1 hour or less. With the consensus of the group, the session was implemented. Only 1 out of 7 people participated faithfully each month. In my eyes, I felt like it was a failure, a waste of time. However, in God's eyes, it was a success. I was obedient in what He called me to do. He was in the midst because 2 or more were gathered. Myself and a faithful member who joined in. What I learned from that experience is there will be times when you follow God and it will look like a failure, but that failure is a stepping stone to greater heights. All we have to do is forget the negative disappointing experiences and continue forward movement towards the new plan or direction God has in store for us. God's new mercies are new every morning. And we must keep on moving and not stop because God has not forgotten us. I am Minister Alicia Moses Armstrong, Chaplain of Global Overday Seminary and University, founder and CEO of Agape Love Treasures, where we share faith, hope, and love for others. Thank you.
It must be borne in mind that the tragedy of life does not lie in not reaching a goal. The tragedy lies in not having a goal to reach. Dr. Benjamin E. May's wonderful quote there. And I just love the analogy with regards to Philippians 3:13 with Paul running the race. Paul's goal is perfection, but he's not reached it yet. He is not faultless, nor does he expect to achieve perfection during his death. Instead, he uses the analogy of the runner in a race to pit the motivation for his spiritual life. Like a dedicated runner, he has a single goal in mind. Just like as other runners can be successful unless they concentrate on the race, neither can Paul be successful growing in Christ if he allows other goals to interfere. Continuing the running analogy, Paul also chooses to live by an important principle, keeping his attention on the road in front of him. A runner cannot look back and still focus on the goal ahead. The two ideas are mutually exclusive. A runner's goal is to focus on the next step toward his or her goal. Paul's spiritual life is the same, and he will not look back to the past steps, but focus on improving each step in the race until he reaches the goal of being with Christ. What a wonderful analogy. I always like athletic sports analogies because I think it provides a nice picture for us. And Paul has given us this great example. I am Dr. Willis Eubanks, very proud Vice Chancellor of Global Overday Seminary University, also CEO of Global Alliance Technical Services, where we help get your financial house in order for generations to come, as well as we teach IT certification. Thank you.
We have to have a goal to strive towards. If we are not constantly developing, we are deteriorating. It is so important as leaders and those who engage in leadership to remember that you are constantly evolving. We are constantly working to improve and progress. We are constantly working on ourselves. So I am so grateful for Dr. Pickett being able to share this theme of leaders and leadership, because it is fundamental as leaders of the marketplace ministry, whether we are in the church, outside the church, or in different areas of the world. We are still remembering that we must be striving towards these goals for self-development, personal development, so that we can professionally develop ourselves as well as others. My name is Her Excellency Kyra Eubanks. I'm so happy to be a guest for this week. I just want to share with you that it is so important that we are on these calls. I want to just share with you also that the work that I'm doing outside of the Junior Ambassador Program, where I'm the director, is also as Miss Broward County 2020. I'm so glad to be affiliated with the Miss America organization. I'd love to share with you that there is a free beta testing that is being offered through GODSU as well as the city of Miramar. And for more information on this beta testing for participants between 13 to 17 years old, touching on various topics such as presence, articulation, and communication, internal confidence, developing your passion, time management, accountability, and more. If you are interested, please visit my website at Cairo Speaks, CAIRO Speaks.com/leadership-program. That's cairospeaks.com/leadership-program.
Philippians 3:13 reminds us how important leadership is. And it talks about a leader being able to look ahead. We understand that in order to look ahead, we have to understand where we're coming from, but we cannot keep looking backwards. We cannot be able to see in front of us as leaders and to be able to take with us those who are our followers and those who we're responsible to lead. If our necks are behind us, we will fall down. So we have to look forward. So particularly during these times where some people are so uncertain, and they're uncertain because their eyes are fixed on man. So when man falter, they fall apart because their whole premise is just money and finances. I don't know if you realize and if you watch the news and see that these major multi-billion-dollar companies, Hertz and all the various retailers that we worship so much, we just can't wait to buy their products, etc. They're supposed to be such masters of industry. We have our little savings and we stretch it and we make sure that we do what we're supposed to do, but within 2 months, they fall apart completely. What does that tell you? That you're not doing bad at all. You're not doing bad at all. You didn't run and have to file bankruptcy. The little $1,200 that the federal government sent you can't even pay hardly one bill, but you're standing. Give yourself a pat on the back. You're doing better than these multi-billion-dollar, almost trillion-dollar companies. You are still standing while they fall. The other thing is, if you notice, the billionaires are meeting together and saying, "Oh, go back to work, even if this is happening with illness, even if there's insurgence, go back to work, go back to work." You know what that tells you? They need you. It's time that you ask for that raise. They obviously need you very badly. They can't make a dollar without you. None of them can move without you. So know your worth. Know your worth. And those of you in small business, I applaud you. Your businesses are still open. You're pushing forward. Don't give up. Don't stop. As the kid says, there's this old song, don't stop, get it. Yep, don't stop. Get what you're supposed to get. You are a leader, and you're doing much better than these multi-billion-dollar companies that, within a month or two without you, they have to close down. You're still going. It shows that you're some kind of leader. Give yourself a pat on the back. You are a leader. So as leaders, we have to look forward. We can't be negative and just look backwards or feel sorry for ourselves. What worked last year is not going to work this year. And as you know, we have the as you know, we have the coming up. We have our first Monday where we talk about not quarantine your business, where we talk about not quarantine your business, where we talk about the fact that keep your business going. In fact, you should be working 4 times as hard now. Why? Because many of you have not put your businesses on a e-platform. You're still doing things the old way. It was quite interesting to see one of the folks who have the most government contracts, who is a top marketing firm, who is all this and all that. And when this happened, that person was in a dark room with a microphone doing a show. They have no idea of technology at all. And so this has put them way behind because they don't know what to do. Our folks here at GODSU, that's not your case. For years before everybody else was doing it, we had put you onto Zoom. We taught you Zoom. We taught you Facebook. Some of you who are now, your whole business is on Facebook. You learned it right here. And that was a class that we gave for free. We did not charge for it. But we want our people to move forward. And so we did, as leaders, we did 6 years ago, start putting you guys and teaching you guys through the car marketing tools how to move your business to the internet. Now, some people have forgotten that. I know. I don't get any shout outs. The car marketing tools, do you get any shout outs when you see them with all their internet shows? Do they send you a tip? Nothing, right?
No.
Guys, come on now. You never forget those who helped you when you didn't know something, when you needed something. You don't turn your backs on them. So please remember the car marketing tools. Please send a tip over there to His Excellency the car. Please remember GODSU. You could send a potentially tax deductible, depending on how you send, how much you send, gift to the university. And we provided on the bottom of the chaplaincy flyer how you can support the school. But we have some wonderful folks who just support out of the blue, and it just shows their hearts. I have folks who call the school and say, what else can I do? They're doing already more than most people, but that's a leader for you. A leader actually asks for more work to do. A leader asks, how can I further improve? Yes, I'm talking about you, Dr. Henry. Yes, I'm talking about you, Dr. Cecilia Olsen-Smith. They will call and they will beg for more things to do because they're like, I am getting so much from this. How can I further bless you? Yes, I'm talking about you, Dr. Leah Pickett. So the thing is that your leadership is showing, guys. It's showing because you are doing those things that leaders do. Leaders ask, how can they improve themselves? Leaders then take extra and go and take a course to improve themselves. Leaders don't have to be woken up every morning to do their work. Leaders don't have to be constantly sent reminders to do work. They just do it. Leaders don't disappear. Those folks who come and they're in the limelight. They're in front of the room, so they act all like they're working hard. And as soon as the camera is off of them, they go to sleep. As soon as the camera is off of them, they disappear, wait for the next time to show up. Those aren't leaders, those are entertainers. That's what those are. Leaders work, leaders create, leaders do everything they're supposed to do, even if no one is watching. And that's how you can tell a leader. Leaders like our Vice Provost, Dean Reverend Dr. Joseph Hickman, been working here at GODSU for 6 years, non-stop. Don't take any excuses, non-stop. That's what you're looking for, guys. So when you're looking, don't look for those people who have dressed right, have the hair just right, and is there for the photo op. We've been through those people, haven't we? Is that in the car?
That's right.
Yeah, we've been, and we recognize them now. You know, if they're there for the photo op, but when it comes to the real work, getting it done, they have disappeared to the next time. So careful when you choose your leaders. And leaders have integrity. Leaders stick to it. They don't disappear. So you want to make sure that as you choose your leaders, and even as you handle yourself, that you are consistent in your leadership. I am Her Excellency Reverend Dr. Diane Moore Eubanks, the provost here at Global Bible Institute. I am the founder and chancellor at Global Over Day Seminary University GODSU. I am the senior vice president of Invita Financial Network, where we help you to make your children millionaires. We help you with your retirement planning. We help you with your life insurance. And also the local president of our chapter Jamaica of the United Nations NGO, the Future Foundation Inc., the Jamaica chapter. So we wish you a fantastic day. We want God to continually bless you. We want Him to increase your leadership. We want you to keep dedicated. We want you to be a person of your word. We want you to first and foremost worship God with all strength and all your might. They want you to take care of your family. Then we want you to be great to your immediate blood family. Then we want you to be great to GODSU. We want you to do your 20 minutes for each month for 2020, and those who do it each week get featured each week. In fact, they will be asked to speak tonight. So if you're one of those folks, make sure that you're on tonight. If your picture was on the 20, were one of the 20 people, and we have new people who haven't even graduated as yet. LaTanya Copeland, you know, Patricia Page, Reverend Patricia Page. You know, we have Lolita, Reverend Designate Dr. Lolita Davis, all these new people who, you know, have been consistently recruiting new people for chaplaincy. And we have folks who've been sitting up here benefiting from GODSU, being elevated, being promoted, and can't take 20 minutes in a week. It's a shame, and it's poor leadership, yes, I call it. It's poor leadership, wherein you take, and you can't give 20 minutes. Which of you in your companies or in your business don't even show up for 20 minutes? Why do you feel it's okay to do that? God is watching, and He sees your heart. You know, be very careful. Be very careful when you're dealing with God to do the right thing. Do the right thing. So I'm going to bless you all. And I'm going to say, God has forgiven you for the times you didn't do what you're supposed to do. But now that you've been reminded, now that I've been bold-faced, now I've been transparent and told you, please go and do better, because God sees you. And for those who are doing it consistently, we appreciate you, and God blesses you. So have a fantastic, prosperous day, and more than anything, wash those hands. God bless you. Bye-bye.